Welcome to Cooking with Bubbles. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Rodney. Let's get started.
All right, and let's get these bubbles open.
Not going to open themselves, that's for sure.
That's right.
Ooh, love that.
I'd like to capture that sometime. I love that look.
I know, it's so awesome.
Yes. Pour in some bubbles. What are you going to put in yours today?
I still have some peach. I'm going to finish off the peach today.
All right. Well, I'm moving on to some crayon. My peach is all going. Crayon is nice.
I love crayon.
Yeah. All right. Well,
There you go. Cheers.
Clink.
Clink.
To Cooking with Bubbles.
Wow.
Super, super good.
So delicious. Well, Lisa, here we are doing what we love doing, which is cooking together and drinking bubbles. And I encourage all of our bubblers to pour your own self a glass of bubbles and enjoy the show. I also want to mention we're wearing our very nice embroidered Cooking with Bubbles aprons, and we will tell you later how you can get your very own.
That sounds really, really good. So like you said, you're in your kitchen, I'm in mine. Normally we're spending time together, but here we are in our own kitchens, but we still get to drink our bubbles together, which is awesome.
Yes.
Looking forward to you being back in town.
I know, very soon, very soon.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome. So Lisa, what are we making today?
So today we're going to make this really wonderful recipe. It's hush puppies. And without going into like all of this like really scary whatever stories, just a little bit of back history. And it basically boils down to like every story ends with these little corn ball cake things that were tossed to the dogs by hunters and fishermen and military to keep the dogs quiet. Therefore, hush puppies.
Hush
so
puppies.
Kind of interesting little story. And now they're still made all over the world, you know, varying ingredients by different countries, but they're all basically the same thing with cornmeal. Really, really tasty. So let me tell you what's in our recipe though. We're gonna do something pretty straightforward. It's got a cup of cornmeal, a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 or 2 tablespoons of sugar, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of like a Cajun seasoning or something a little bit spicy like that, a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, a half a cup of milk, a half a tablespoon of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of grated onion, and then some oil so that you can fry all this up. And you can use canola, vegetable, or peanut oil. Today, we're going to be using peanut oil for this recipe.
Yeah, and I could talk about peanut oil all day, you know that, but I'm going to skip that. And let's just say, let's drink bubbles to all those wonderful ingredients.
Yes, they all sound good.
So this sounds like a really great recipe. And just a tip, you can get creative. And I understand that both white cornmeal and yellow cornmeal are really great for making hush puppies. White cornmeal tends to be slightly sweeter. I'm actually using, I think it's yellow. Yeah, yellow cornmeal. So I'm putting in the full 2 tablespoons of sugar because I do like my hush puppies to be a little bit more on the sweeter side. That'll go really well with the Creole seasoning that I'm also putting in. So if you like them sweet, put in your sugar or use white cornmeal or both if you want them really sweet.
So I'm with you. I'm going to make mine a little sweeter too with the full amount of sugar. So those are really great tips about different formulas you can use. So, you know, we're going to get our oil heated up to about 365. And let's do that while we're mixing the rest of our ingredients. So we'll get that going. All right. So this is pretty simple. And to prep this, you know, the reason you're mixing your vinegar and your milk together is so that you can create a buttermilk. But that's what I had in the house was buttermilk. So I'm going to skip the vinegar piece and go straight with the buttermilk.
You're so
And what we're
lucky.
going to do is we're going to make sure that it's at room temperature. It's been sitting out for 5 or 6 minutes, so it's all good. But we're going to mix into that our vegetable oil. I think our egg and our onions all go together into the same mixture. And we're also going to toss our onions in. Kind of cool, grating your onions.
It was an interesting. I used that cute little tool that you got me, that you sent me this summer.
Yeah. That's cool. So we're going to just mix all those things together. Our whisk. And we're going to be adding this wet ingredients to all of our dry ingredients in just a moment. So we got that together. Let's see if I can keep it from sliding off on the floor there. And now we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients together. So we got our flour. Going to toss in your cornmeal. Full amount of sugar. Some salt. And your baking powder and baking soda. And I put a little bit of extra Cajun seasoning in mine, not a lot.
Yeah, I was not very exact with my measurements either.
Yeah, I think it's nice, like I said, to experiment. I mean, frankly, you could put jalapeno peppers in yours. You could put cheese in yours. You could do corn in them. I mean, really, whatever you like. So I've got the cornmeal all mixed together, all the dry ingredients. Oh, I should take some pictures.
I'm going to put a little bit more. Oh, never mind. I put it away. I was going to put some more Cajun in, but I already put it away and it's too hard to get out.
Okay.
Everything in the RV has its place.
Oh, yeah. You got to be tidy in an RV. So now that all those things are mixed together, do you want to take it from there?
Yeah. So now we're going to mix in the wet mixture that we made with our oil and our buttermilk or milk and vinegar. We're going to mix it in here. Now, are you using a spoon or a whisk to mix it in?
I'm going to use a whisk.
Okay, I will too then.
Just make sure it gets incorporated nicely. And the key is not to overmix it, right?
Yeah, that's what I read in the recipe. You want to just make sure it all comes together, but you don't want to overmix it. All of my mixes.
It's all incorporated. No dry bowl, no dry spots in the bowl.
Well, mine ended up in the middle of the whisk. Oh my goodness, this smells really good.
Like. Yeah, mine looks like cornmeal, wet cornmeal. Looks good.
Got you later.
Wow, that does smell good.
Yeah, the wetness of the wet mixture really brings out the spice of the Creole or Cajun or whatever it is that you put in.
Yeah,
I use Creole. Which one did you use?
I use something called Slap Your Mama. So it's a brand
I love
name.
it.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Tastes so good, make you want to smack your mama.
It's a Creole. So awesome. Why don't we let it rest, and that way we can get started on this.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so our oil is up to temperature, and the next step really is just to scoop these into small balls. I'm using 2-spoon method. You can use whatever you want to create the little balls. And I'm just going to toss this, or not toss them, I'm going to place them into the hot oil. Tossing is not a good idea.
I'm using my cookie baller, which is an amazing invention. My mom got me one of these for Christmas.
Nice. So mine aren't perfect little balls, but you know what? I'm okay with that.
They don't have to be. Oh my goodness, I can smell the onion right away when I put it in the oil.
Yeah. So they're nice. They create, awesome. Somewhat balls. Yeah. And we're going to cook these for 3 to 5 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll get a few of these going, and then we'll come back and show you how they turned out.
All right, sounds good. Well, welcome back. These puppies look amazing. They smell delicious. As they came out of the frying pan, I put them on a plate that was covered with paper towel just to drain off the excess oil. And, you know, as a snack, you can use a dipping sauce to dip these in. I'm going to put just a little bit of butter on mine. I think that sounds really good. But let's go ahead and let's give them a taste, Lisa, and see how they taste.
I think they turned out absolutely beautiful. Nice and golden.
Oh, wow. Golden brown on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Check out the
Butter
inside.
on mine. Mmm.
They're really good.
Mmm.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Happy with that.
Well, Lisa, we've done it again. Mm.
Bubbles to that.
Well, I definitely think I could have put more Creole seasoning in mine. It's there, but I would like a little bit more. So next time I'm going to add more for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, we'd like to thank our virtual audience for joining today. And thank you all so much for watching Cooking with Bubbles. We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Cork Tray. He makes these really awesome wood and cork trivets that we use to protect our counters. They're made with recycled and upcycled wood and cork material, and they're really beautiful and they're really functional. So give them a like at corktray.com. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a bubbler at cookingwithbubbles.com. Once you subscribe, click that little bell symbol that's right next to it, and you'll get alerts whenever we post something to our YouTube channel. Facebook, go like us on Facebook at facebook.com/cookingwithbubbles. That's where we post all of our recipes. That's where we post the pictures that you see us taking along the way as we're doing the show for you.
So we told you earlier, we'd let you know how to get your own Cooking with Bubbles apron. All you have to do is send us an email. We'll give you more details. It can come in red, blue, black, or white. Also, if you have made any of the recipes that we have featured here on Cooking with Bubbles, we'd love to see your pictures. So send those to us by email also. Or if you have ideas of things you'd like to see us make, send us an email. Our email address is cookingwithbubbles@yahoo.com. Well, these are really yummy. Can't wait to get back to them. And that takes care of it for today. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Rodney. See you next time, bubblers.
Bye.
Well, we'd like to thank our virtual audience for joining today. Thank you so much for watching Cooking with Bubbles. We also like to thank our sponsor, Cork Tray. I mentioned that I took my plate or my, what are these things called?
Puppies?
Okay, we gotta start that over. Okay, I'm gonna start the closing over. We'd like to thank our virtual audience. Thank you for joining and for watching Cork.
How about watching corktray.com?
Okay, I'm gonna start over.
How about a little anthill events and some wellsfargo.com?
Be new to Facebook. I'm sorry, to